Well, after that welcome, what can I say? Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Very much appreciated. So let me welcome you in the language of the tangata whenua, the Māori, the people of our land. Kia ora tātou no reira te whare, inga iwi, inga reo, inga hawe wha, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Whakarongo, 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 whakarongo ākei āhau, ki te tangi a te, manu nei a te mātui, tui, tui, tui a, tui I ranga, tui I raro, tui I roto, tui I roto, tui a te muka tangata, I te kaimai, Hawaiki nui, Hawaiki roa, Hawaiki pāmamau, te hono kiwi wairoa, ki te whoiao, ki te arama, ka ronga te ao, ka ronga te pō, ti hei, Mōri ora, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora. Kia ora ana. Te lofa lava maloli lei, whakalofa lai atu. Sastria kau. Anyang ha seo. Namaste. I don't know whether I've missed anybody. But warm Pacific greetings and thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak today. Can I start first of all by congratulating the organisers and you, the participants. And I want to acknowledge Jeffrey Fryers, New Zealand Secretary-General. Thank you for those very kind words, Jeffrey. It's not actually honourable. I was a speaker and I didn't get that. But anyway, thank you anyway. Adele, thank you for the part that you play in the Universal Peace Federation. Kenji, who I've met as I came in. Thank you, Kenji. I see Robert out the back there. Good to see you, Robert. And then there's my good friend I've known a long, long time, Prithipal Singh Bajra. Sat Sri Akal. He knows that I like samosas. Every time I go to the temple, he gives me a samosa. And then there's my former parliamentary colleague, Dr. Parmjeet Parmar. Thank you for making the time available and coming, Parmjeet, because I know time constraints with being Member of Parliament. So thank you. Well, the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 47-237 of 20th September 1993 proclaimed the 15th of May every year to be observed as the International Day of Families. Well, it's only the 12th, but then we've always been ahead of everyone else in Papatoetoe. They claim it reflects the importance which the international community attaches to families as basic units of society, as well as its concern regarding their situation around the world. Can I say that families are more than the UN reflect basic units of society? They are the glue that holds society together. And today, like never before, they are under serious challenge. I've had the honour to serve the South for more than 30 years. Following Jesuitian political teachings, giving guidance for people about how to live in this world and how to build a just society among and for themselves. About the equality produced when people recognise the freedom of others by treating others the same way that they would want to be treated. About recognition, about equality, a community of goodwill. I once said that the South was the spiritual capital of New Zealand. Here we have Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, Buddhist, Baha'i, and of course there are others. In addition, my churches, mosques, good warriors and temples are full every week. In the South, faith sustains and nourishes our families, because the culture of worship is to strengthen families. It helps them overcome the bias and perception of negativity that the media often paint us with. Our ethnic diversity is our strength, it's our richness, and it gives me a great pleasure, indeed it's an honour, to be able to address you here today. We stand on the threshold of a new winter, and we join together to ensure that our families are gifted the wisdom and the best possible environment to sharpen their minds and to be called to service, equipped with the soundest base in spiritual, moral and cultural values. When we address the burning issues of our day, we are encouraged and challenged to define, defend and develop the values which add value to the lives of our families, our community and ourselves. Love and respect yourself. Then love and serve your family as an extension of your faith. Then serve your nation from this base. And that guidance shall quench the burning issues of today. The need for courageous investment in education. The ravages of youth suicide and depression. The cultivation of sound and wholesome relationships in our young. The eradication of child poverty. Each burning issue requires us to embrace a sense of integrity and physical skill to fill our youth with courage to be true to themselves. It's been said that the current education review by government reads more like adjustments to the 2010s than the anticipation of the 2020s. Gig, sharing, roboticised and artificial intelligence economy. We need to empower our families to live in an ever-changing world. For in a world of change, the learners shall inherit the earth, and the learned will find they live in a world that no longer exists. I don't pretend to know the answers to all the questions that we're debating, but I've always suspected and believed that the people of faith have better solutions than governments. However, what about the nebulous cliche values? Whose are they? What are they? At a function I attended some time ago, there were those that said it might be better to think more passive values as more active virtues. And if one reads reports coming out of the United Kingdom, there is a clarion call for the resurrection of traditional civic values, including a plea for an end of government neutrality towards the family. A published UNESCO report titled Learning the Treasure Within highlights the importance of values, ethics and the spiritual dimension as not a, but the most fundamental issue facing the survival of democracy this century, if it is to survive. The Universal Peace Federation is supremely able not only to respond, but also to give a lead in these now vitally important areas. What then are those virtues which create the climate for moral excellence now being called for here and overseas? That we should affirm, encourage and praise our neighbours in class, street and workplace rather than put them down. That we should acknowledge the fact that the widening rich-poor gap in New Zealand cannot be solved simply by exhorting all New Zealanders to become self-sufficient overnight. That we should reach out and be involved in places of greatest need and take the odd calculated risk to bring comfort, support and means to those who are floundering to get off the bottom rung of the ladder. That we should listen again to the words of German theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who said that the test of real value of any community, school or society was how it looked after its weakest members. Why? Because if we are to survive as a society, these values are not only inherently faith-based, they're also plain common sense. Even if we always don't make the connection between religion and common sense. This challenging time for humanity, for families, has been captioned as the moth to the flame. A time of if it feels good, just do it. It's my right. The current mantra of human rights focuses the attention on the stimulating and short-term rather than nourishing and sustaining long-term qualities of respect for others. Though total agreement between individuals is impossible, total respect is important. The only approach that I am convinced gives us hope for the future. On his last visit to Old Trafford on the 28th of April this year, Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger praised Sir Alex Ferguson and Jose Mourinho, two of his fiercest rivals, for the welcome that he received. Man United showed me class and respect. Respect cannot be demanded, cannot be bought, it can only be earned. Try to treat people how they want to be treated. For as someone has said, if we are to live together in peace, we must come to know each other better. This has been called the age of doing better but feeling worse. Doing better with the euphemism of health and the illusion of wealth, while suffering the sort of statistics we see about the sadness in our young. This is the age of being politically correct rather than morally or culturally correct. We are so similar and yet so different. As Adele said in his invitation to us, he said, we hope to be always connected together. Sometimes connection is seeing ourselves in each other. Sometimes it is stepping outside ourselves and honouring what we see. Can I urge UPF to bring a freshness of spirit to family ideals, and it will serve you well. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. It is people, it is people, it is people. It has always been people, friends and family. Nō reira, Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tatou katoa. God bless.